Okay. Finally, guys. Not sure if anybody's on. Let me see here. We'll make sure we've got this live. I'm not sure anybody's seeing it. There, I think we are live. How about that? There, I think we are live. How about that? Good morning. All right, we got a few questions already. Thank you for the questions. Yeah, so this is my first time setting this up and getting this going. So I want to make sure that you guys are seeing this okay. So we got a couple questions. One, getting more reviews from clients. What's the best process to get more reviews from clients? So there's several different processes. The first of which is the basic core of it is asking. You have to ask for reviews. The key is when and how. And that's really taking into every possible account of every way that you can possibly be asking. So obviously with the Review Me marketing system, you got a simple link is kind of the starting place with that landing page. So let's do a screen share here. So let's go reviewwork.com/DMD. So obviously this landing page is the first place to start. So we have to make it easy for people to leave a review. And this is the first way to do that. And then obviously focus on what are the key sites where you're trying to get reviews. So how can you get this link in front of people in multiple ways? So we can send a direct email, so one-on-one email that's direct to that person to say, hey, will you write me a review? Here's the link. So I do this frequently where I know I've worked with a client, we've had a good experience, and I'll say, hey, will you go write me a review? And send them this link so that they can do that. So that's the first way to do that. You can send it out as part of your normal emails. So send out an email once every couple of months that says, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Would love it if you would write us a review and ask that way via email. You can, within Review Me Marketing, send emails direct from that system. And so we have a typical follow-up sequence. It's about 3 emails that you will get in following up on that. So that's another way to do that. And so that's something that we typically will do for clients. So we'll ask them to send us their email list, and we will send out emails on their behalf through our system in order to get more reviews. So that's in the invites section of our system. So you can send out emails, and then you can also send out text messages. So that's something we have to set up and configure. But text messages is another way to send out invitations to ask people to leave a review. So the good thing about this page is that it's mobile friendly, that it's going to work well on their mobile device. And then think about every other possible way you can get this in front of them. We have postcard graphics and other graphics that a lot of times we'll use for clients that they can hand people, you know, something physical. Let's go to something like this. So this is something that you can have printed, and we actually can print these for you where it's just a business card. So as people are leaving, if they're interacting with the client, and they can just drop these off and leave these behind. So it's just another way to remind them to leave a review. So basically every way you can possibly figure out to be able to leave reviews, you can do that. All right, someone's having problems with the video. Tim is on. I am good. Thank you, Tim. Let's see. We're looking for. All right, so good question from Emily. So just a general question about graphics in a flyer. Ideally with graphics, it shouldn't dominate unless that's the purpose. So in terms of advertising to students who your market is, you want to have a picture on there that the person can identify with. So if your target is students, then having some pictures of students where they can identify themselves in that. And then the graphics should point to, you know, what is this? So you need a good headline. What's the headline to capture their attention? A little sub-headline that describes that more. And then bullet points of here's what you're going to get, and then here's what you need to do next. Quick call to action, and here's what they need to do. So simple, plenty of white space, and keep graphics to a minimum, I'd say, for what you're trying to do there. Tim's got a question about online courses. So what kind of quality do I really need? Not so much the quality of the content, but the quality of the visual audio. So I would say it doesn't have to be professional video. Audio needs to be solid. It needs to be good. And microphones are pretty inexpensive. So when you're recording content using some type of microphone, even if you're just recording on your mobile phone, you can at least use the headset. So the headset will get you a little better audio quality. The other thing that you can do is, let's see here. What I use a lot with audio with my phone is, and you can order these off of Amazon, pretty inexpensive, is a basic lavalier microphone. Let's get it out of the mess here. So it's a lavalier microphone, and it's got to be one that works with a cell phone, though, if you're going to do one with a cell phone. So this has got three different rings on it. So a standard microphone is only going to have two, and it won't work on your cell phone. So that, you just clip that to your chest, and then you can get better audio that way, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on a microphone to do that. But audio, and it could be a webcam, as long as it's a higher quality webcam. You know, let's get you at least 1080p, or it could be your cell phone even. So, but audio's got to be clear more than anything. Let's see, other questions? There's a way I can respond directly to David. Let's see. So there was one thing else that I wanted to share. Let me just double check and see if there's any other questions. Oh, how often should I, good question, Debbie, thank you. How often should I ask for reviews clients to respond to my first or second request? I would say 3 to 4 times is ideally, I feel like that's not too many in terms of bugging people to be able to actually write your review. So I would ask 3 to 4 times. I think that that's totally acceptable in order to get reviews. People, I don't think it's that people don't want to give you a review. I think sometimes people are just busy, and so sometimes I need that friendly reminder a few times to do that. So, and that's what I've typically found. So when we send out emails, we send at least 3. So if someone said, here's 100 emails, I would send those at least 3 times, asking for a review. So, great question. All right, so let me share a little bit here. I gotta pull my nose. The other thing I wanted to talk about here, all right, so no more questions at the moment. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to share my screen. Share. Your screen sharing, present to everyone. All right, so I was on a webinar here last week, and the person presenting works with brick and mortar businesses, primarily like local chains, like we're talking Starbucks and really big franchise chains like that, and figuring out what information they need to be focused on in terms of improving their search engine ranking. So for local brick and mortar business, and this is what he shared based on the data that they have been collecting over thousands and thousands of locations. So what really is the biggest factor in terms of search results? So one is the distance. So how far away is the person searching? Two, are there other organic rankings? So organic simply means not paid. So how does their website show up in search results? Does it show up number 5? Does it show up number 8? Where does it show up in the organic rankings? And then from there, everything else is related to reviews. So number of reviews with the keyword. So one of the things that we can also do for our clients is ask them to include more information, like write a really good review. And some ways to do that is to give them some ideas, give them some examples of things that they could do to improve into write a better review that's going to be more impactful. So giving them examples of what other people have said is one way to do that. So number of reviews with the keyword that people were searching for. So if you're in assisted living facility, does it talk about assisted living? If you're an orthodontist that does braces, does it say braces in the reviews? So that's what that is. Anything greater than 0 Google reviews. So basically what that is, if you have 0 Google reviews, Google's ignoring you. So you need to have at least some reviews in there. Percentage of reviews with the keyword. So not only the number of reviews with the keyword, the percentage of reviews. So if you have 3 out of 10, that's the number, and then that's 30%. That's how many reviews with the keyword. So what that exact number of percentage is, we don't know, but we know that definitely impacted it. Number of views not responded to. So, and basically that was a negative ranking. So if you want to make sure that you are responding to all reviews on Google in particular, that you have a basic response to all of them. So that's something that Google looks at. And then the 7th thing was average yearly reviews. So how many reviews on average does that client get every single year? Does that location get every year? So again, this goes back to our formula that we talk about is recency, frequency, proximity, RFP. So how recent are your reviews? How frequent are your reviews in order to create proximity, in order to create this type of factor that we're talking about here showing up in searches. So working on reviews all the time, consistently working on reviews, it matters because it's a part of the factor that Google's looking at. Are you regularly getting reviews? So getting reviews just one time here and there is not going to help you in the bigger picture to be more competitive. And then number 8, number of reviews with likes. So within Google reviews, you can get likes. I'll show you that in a second. So the percentage of significant factors, 61% of it is related to reviews. The rest are links back to your website and then the content on your website. But you can see what a big factor reviews are for local search ranking. So if you look up any business, let's go plumbers in Westminster, Colorado. Let's see what we get here. Tyco Plumbing. All right, let's take a look at Tyco. So one of the things that you can do, so here's a review 2 weeks ago. There's a little thumbs up right here. So as other people read these reviews, they can actually give it a thumbs up based on if they thought that that review was helpful to them. So there's a whole other factor that's not as high on the importance list, but it is a factor that Google's looking at is, are the reviews that you're getting actually beneficial and helpful reviews? And how do they know? They know that because people are actually liking it and doing that. So that's some of the latest, greatest about reviews, just more reason to make sure that you are working on and giving reviews. All right, any other questions then today? We do not have to make this last an hour, by the way. All right, excellent. Thank you all for joining us on this first call. We had a little slow start there because of some technical things that I had to figure out, but we got that figured out now, and we'll be good going forward. So thank you all for joining us and for asking great questions. And look forward to doing this again next month. All right, guys, have a great week and have a great month.